A twist of fate. Roman had engaged in many disdainful demonstrations against the Jewish people, like throwing stones into their storefronts. He was born in Poland, and unfortunately, it was not uncommon to be anti-Semitic. His father, however, was horrified by his son's participation in such monstrous actions. Interestingly, it would be a Jewish man, not his father, who would teach him that loving thy neighbor as thyself comes with great fulfillment and reward. When Hitler took over Austria in 1938, Roman knew a war was impending. He was a flight instructor in France and decided it was time to go home. Unfortunately, his plane had engine problems and he had to land in Vienna for an overnight stay with hopes of repairing his plane. The next morning, with his plane fixed, he thought about buying some souvenirs first before heading out. But before he could exit the hotel, a man careened into him at full speed. Roman got so furious that he grabbed the man's shoulders to berate him, only to see his face contorted with fear. The man was yelling frantically in German, and the only thing Roman understood was the word Gestapo. The poor man was trying to hide from German police. Roman rushed him upstairs to his hotel room and motioned for him to hide at the foot of the bed. He then covered the man with blankets and told him not to move. German police came knocking and asked for Roman's passport, barreling questions at him. He told them in German he didn't understand, and thankfully they left without so much as a look around. The frazzled man jumped up from the bed and was so appreciative of Roman's generosity, but Roman knew that if he didn't help this man get out of Vienna, he would be arrested. His German was limited, so he had to draw on a map where he could fly the gentleman and drop him off. The man pointed to Warsaw as his destination, but Roman drew policemen and jail bars to convey that if they touched down at any airport, he would be taken away. They agreed on a compromise of a field just over the Polish border. When they arrived at the airport to board the plane, Roman explained to immigration officials that his friend just wanted to see him off. They waved both of them through in approval, and Roman and the man quickly rushed to the plane, climbed in, and took flight. After traveling through Czechoslovakia, they finally reached the field. Roman landed the plane just like he promised, which was next to a railroad station. He handed the man all of his money, showed him where they were on the map, and shook his hand wishing him all the best, knowing he would never see him again. Roman eyed the airport of Krakow to finish his journey of reaching home. The police were waiting for him. They had a warrant to search his plane because they heard he had helped someone escape. Roman asked them what they were looking for, and they responded nastily and said, "A Jew." With no evidence of the escapee, Roman was set free. Roman went on to fight for freedom as a pilot in the Polish Air Force, in which they won against the German. He still wanted to continue to fight, but he was caught in Romania after crossing the border and sent to a concentration camp. Luckily, he was able to escape. He later joined the French Air Force and then fought in the Battle of Britain, where he was injured over the English Channel. He was hit in the head by a piece of sheared-off tail of an Me-109. Roman was near death, and they didn't think he would survive. He was rushed to the hospital and had brain surgery for a fractured skull. When he finally woke up from his surgery, there was a man standing over him. "Do you remember me? You saved my life in Vienna," he said. Roman recognized the man and responded with a yes. He then asked him other questions like, "What are you doing here and how did you find me?" The man said that Roman's name was written on the margin of the map he gave him, and he never forgot it. He continued to explain that when he read in the paper that a Polish man named Roman was injured while shooting down 5 enemy planes and that he might not make it, he called the Royal Air Force to fly him here right away. Roman was shocked and said, "Why?" The man wanted to show his gratitude for Roman saving his life. and because of him, he was able to make it into Scotland, where an old friend helped him. Roman still didn't understand why he came all this way just to tell him thank you. The man touched his wrist and said, "You see, I am a brain surgeon. I'm the one who operated on you this morning." Hey, thanks for watching. Be weird and hit that like button. Never be bored. Hit subscribe.